Celestial Astrology, unlocking the secrets of the celestial heavens and learning how we can weave its mystical gems and star-studded guidance so we can have the most epic life ever. Ready to take the cosmic plunge with me? Okay, beloveds, ready, set, go. Hello. Welcome, Sacred Beloveds. This is Aria Gaines, Jaguar Woman, and the founder of Sacred Earth Guardians. Today we are going to talk about this energy of the Aquarius full moon. There is this amazing energy right now of the Aquarius full moon with a Sun conjunct Venus in Leo. And so with this energy is that we have the Aquarius moon, and it is an opposition of the Sun in Leo and Venus in Leo conjunct together. So we have this polarity axis of the Leo Aquarius axis. So really, in a lot of ways, I would like to say that this is actually a culmination and a little bit of a ripple through time from our Aquarius Leo axis that we were navigating back this last 2 years, that were really about this energy of this polarity of the leadership of Leo and rising into the heart, along with that aspect of the Aquarius, which is very much the humanitarian, is very much about the collective, about the whole, and serving all the people. And so right now there's this emphasis on Aquarius, which is about being a humanitarian, is about futuristic thinking. It's ruled by the sign of Uranus. And so it's very much a liberator, a way shower. You know, you can think of the energy of Aquarius like Steve Jobs, or about, you know, when they first were able to fly airplanes, like how radically it changed the world. And about people like Martin Luther King and Nelson Mandela and Gandhi and all these amazing people that had this visionary thinking of the future. I myself am an Aquarius, and so I'm very much about the collective, very much about futuristic thinking. I've always been that way, and of course as a child, I definitely had people looking at me like, what is this lady thinking about? Because I was always in this moment of being ahead of times, and I didn't discover that this was actually like a superpower of mine until I realized this part of this model that had these different archetypes, and that I was an outsider, and expressing myself as an educator, as a leader, you know, and so when I realized as an outsider like Steve Jobs, who revolutionized technology, and all these amazing revolutionaries that really could think outside the box, I'm like, oh my God, yes, of course, I love it. And of course with the Leo rising, I'm very much about shining in the heart and bringing that light in the world and supporting others to also shine their light as well. And so with this, going back to this energy, is that, you know, we have not only this full moon in Aquarius, but we have this energy of the Sun conjunct Venus in Leo. So we have the Sun, which is that inner nature, which is that part of us that is calling us to shine out in the world. The Sun is calling us to shine out in the world. This expression of the Leo, of the love, of the playfulness, of the leadership, of really falling in alignment with our hearts. And because it is conjunct Venus, Venus is going to be navigating about the terrain of our relationships, our relationship with ourselves, our relationship with others, because really and truly, isn't so much of life based off of our relationships? So much, whatever is happening in our relationships within the world, relationships within context of other people and scenarios and you know, different things that are playing out in our life, you know, that is a reflection of the relationship that we have in ourselves. And so the Sun is just there in conjunction with Venus and really helping us to burn away the fears, the feelings of unworthiness, as well as revealing us challenges that we carry around our heart, love, and relationships. So, you know, if it does come up that you are feeling things arise that are just highlighting, and there's the Sun just beaming on your relationships and different aspects of your life, and it's becoming clear of things that are not aligned anymore, of frustrations, just be aware that that is the Sun giving us this gift of illuminating that light to really bring in this clarity, so that we can realign ourselves in our hearts within our relationships, which always starts with ourselves. You know, two of the biggest collective human fears is that we will not be loved and that we are unworthy. And so a lot of times the normal fears that we have in our life, they come down to these aspects of love and worthiness, you know, and of course, you know, because what is it that all humans seek, right? Like, we seek authentic connection. We seek belonging because we have been programmed in ourselves, and through the very beginnings of time from our ancestors, you know, our thriving comes from being in community. Our thriving comes from being in the belonging with one another, with our loved ones, with our friends, with our communities. So of course it's natural to, you know, have that be a part of a fear, because on the other side of the fear, right, is our hopes and dreams of being loved unconditionally. And there's the heron agreeing with us right now. I can hear him in the background as he's flying. And it is, you know, it's this aspect of us really seeking to have this aspect of being loved and feeling worthiness, you know? And because of that, if we really look at this aspect of these two aspects of wanting to be loved and be worthy, you know, to be worthy of belonging, and we look at Aquarius, a full moon Aquarius, you know, to me, it is really supporting and emphasizing this aspect of belonging, of creating the belonging in our world, of us finding our tribe, of finding our communities, our teams, our circles that will help us to feel that belonging. And so with that, you know, with this Leo energy of the Venus and Sun conjunct in Leo, there might be awarenesses in our relationships as well as in our communities and tribes and our circles that sometimes we outgrow them. Sometimes they might not no longer align with our hearts, and realizing that. And there can be sadness sometimes, and there can be the grief, and that's a natural process when we've outgrown our circles, or perhaps we've outgrown friendships or relationships, or maybe on the other side, other people may have outgrown us in our communities, and that's okay, because we're always evolving and changing. And the most important thing is just to learn how to navigate back into our hearts, to really, again, allow our hearts to lead us, which is that energy of Leo, is being led by our hearts, being led by the inner child. You know, when we're little kids, right? Like, we just know what makes us happy. We know what lights us up. So we just go, okay, this is what lights me up. This is what lights me up. This is what brings me joy, right? And we just naturally do that. And we naturally just allow our hearts to really take the lead, you know? But then, of course, the world comes about, and then we feel like we have to conform and fit in, you know, which can be the shadow side of Aquarius, you know, trying to fit in, trying to please everybody, you know, trying to keep up with social media and with those posts and what next thing we're going to do, you know? But of course, that's the shadow side, right? Because Aquarius also rules technology, which can create the sense of disconnection. But if we look into that luminous side of Aquarius, that luminous side of Aquarius is saying we can use technology, and we can use different ways of us connecting into our tribe, into our belonging. And so again, you know, if you can just take a deep breath and really truly allow this energy of the full moon in Aquarius over this next few days around it. It's not just always on the full moon or new moon. There's an energy that really embodies around that area, like a portal of energy, you know, and this sets the tone for the next couple weeks, you know, of what we're releasing. So no matter what time you watch this video, you're still going to be able to receive in that energy. And so with this opportunity, really invite yourself to receive the full moon, helping us to slow down, to really slow down, and allow the Aquarius full moon to illuminate her rays where we need to have this be revealed to us, in those places that we are escaping, and we are isolating ourselves, avoiding others, the difficult relationship dynamics that might be going on in our life, and just really sit with it, you know, really sit with it, you know, because the aspect of, you know, our culture is always go, 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 go. And I feel that, when people say, sometimes they say, oh, the full moon feels so intense. Well, yeah, because the energy at nighttime, if you think about it, right, throughout the cycle of the moon, there is this aspect of where the moon is literally going through where it's more luminous to its full moon culmination, and then it gets dark. So we have periods where there's darkness and we can't see at night, and then there's these moments where the moon is illuminating and we can see so much. And so that is what the moon is doing. It's helping us to see those inner emotions, our inner realms, and illuminate them so that we can really be with it. And the only way that we can is if we pause. If we take that sacred pause. This is a word that's really been with me for many years now, is taking these sacred pauses to be with the energies of those moments of transition, of those moments that we really do need to drop into ourselves and give space and just be with the experiences of our life so that we can take that time to digest and really take it all into our bodies, These lightning bolt moments that are happening, not just from Uranus, but in our collective right now, they are helping us to really shatter away the old paradigms in our personal and collective experience here on planet. And so with the doors closing, these old timelines are no longer aligned with us. And so if we take these moments to feel into these situations that have frustrated us, that aren't aligned, that aren't working, that we're trying to make work so hard. If you've ever had the experience where you just have a relationship or a friendship, perhaps a job, or you're trying to go to school and then you just feel like this is not working and you just try it with all your might. If you really sit with it, you can see, if it is the case that maybe you are holding on because it's easier sometimes to stay in the old patterns. It's easier to stay with the known than to go into the unknown. But again, what is Aquarius, right? Aquarius is that fearless, boldless nature of going into the unknown, of going into the future. And so that aspect, if we can really just connect into the energy and we feel into it, we can feel into those situations and go, if I continue to be in this relationship with this person, or if I continue to have this friendship with this person, or if I continue to work at this place or go to school for this thing that maybe my parents told me that that's what I needed to do, that I needed to be a doctor or a lawyer or just go to school in general, but I just want to be an artist or a yoga teacher, whatever it is, or you want to travel the world and you want to join Peace Corps, whatever it is that is your passion. If you really listen to it, you go, what would happen if I continue to walk on this path from this moment of feeling this frustration with this certain aspect of my life that is not working for me? Will I be happy in the future? Will this be my alignment? And if we feel into that, a lot of times we can feel into what that potential is going to be. And if we see that, we can really allow that to be a catalyst, an initiator for us to say, actually, no, that doesn't align. And then feeling into our hearts, what do I want? What lights my heart up? What is my heart song, And then we realize, actually, as much as I love having this relationship or this friendship, I want to put more of my energy into my art or into my music, or I want to help make the world a better place, And so we can really take that time to really see that if we continue to go on the same path that we've been on and we hold on, then we're going to miss the new shift that's coming with new possibilities. Because that's the beautiful thing about living our lives, right? Is that we have so much endless opportunity for different realities that can play out, different possibilities that, sometimes it can be comfortable to just kind of hold on to what we know and not explore what's possible. And so that's this invitation for us to do that. It's time to really also to let go of us comparing one another and judging and competing with each other. Because really and truly, when we feel like, oh, our life isn't here, or our life isn't there, and then we think, well, maybe if I go this route, that's what's going to be what's going to be great because they're doing it, and I want to do that because they're doing it, and all these things. Are we really listening to ourselves? One of my native elders was saying that a lot of times people, you know, they do things on the excitement of the moment, you know, instead of really just sitting with it, like really dropping into our hearts, really feeling into it. Maybe instead allow it to be an exploration. Like, maybe I do want to do this. Let me check it out. Do I want to be an artist? Do I want to do whatever it is I'm doing in my life, dancer, or, you know, work in the farms, you know, and really feel into it and explore it, you know, let it be an adventure, let it be an exploration, you know. And so, you know, with all that, I think really and truly that if we can really just ground ourselves back into our hearts, ground ourselves back into Mother Earth, we can align with our true self and our true path. So with that all being said, really it is about us not being against each other. It's about us remembering the common longing and unifying humanity together. Do we make shifts right now in our lives because we know it's in our highest good and for the highest good of the collective, or are we going to stay in the collective old patterns? Aquarius full moon is really calling us to see the choices that we are making, that they are for the greater whole, rather than instant gratification, rather than what's in it for me. I just saw a picture the other day, and it said something about integrity is about taking actions that don't have self-gain, but are there to help support the greater whole. And I couldn't agree more than anything else. You know, if we are giving from our heart, it should be freely, not with some extra perk of what we're going to get in for it, you know, but just giving freely from our heart. And if all of us do that, all of us can create a better world for all people. So again, we just have to let go of what is not aligned within us. We have to also remember that in this time of us redefining what tribe is to us, is to see that if there are relationships that are not aligned, to not lower our energies or try to adjust ourselves, which means that then we're not in alignment with us if we're trying to still hold on to those friendships or those communities or those groups or circles that we're a part of, and really come back to our alignment with our true self. Because truly, we should be able to be our authentic self. We should be able to be ourselves with those that are our friends, our loved ones, our community. And of course, there's always that aspect of, you know, if we're shy, if we're getting to know new people, that we might not show all of ourselves all forwardly, and everybody's different in their spectrums, if you're introverted versus extroverted. But really and truly, I think it comes down to that. You want to find people that accept you for who you are. You want to have people that accept you and don't try to change who you are or judge you. And the same thing goes with us and how we navigate our world, you know, is really practice, you know, finding the people that align with us and coming from a place of heart and compassion. And if somebody doesn't align with us, we don't have to be judgmental towards them. We can just realize that they are meant for other groups or other relationships than us, and just love them and release them, and then find those that are aligned with us. Under this Aquarius full moon, we are shifting our attention to the relationship to all of humanity and that power that we can root into our community, our tribe, our teams, our circles, that are striving to make a true difference in the world while being rooted in love and thriving relationships. Let's be open to rooting into place humanity and Gaia and putting humanity and Gaia first. Revolutions need to be rooted in values of placing humanity at first. As an Aquarius, I am all about unifying our people in solidarity with Mother Earth. I am a future-minded, progressively oriented soul that is passionate, that is a way shower, that is a trailblazer, that really truly not only believes, but is embodying this truth, that this is the way that we are going to be able to change our humanity. This is the way, by being those daring ones, by being those bold, courageous souls that are going to be on the frontier of the revolution of humanity's awakening and calling us all to join allegiances. Perhaps we can take this time to move into the medicine Aquarius that considers the collective than just what we need personally. When we can unify humanity and put our collective and Gaia first, take these pauses this next few days to reflect that the power is truly in the hands of the many. You know, when they say there's the 1% and we're the 99%, we're the 99%, right? We have so much power, and for so long we have been told and programmed and given a message over and over again that we do not have the power, but we truly do. And that's why we need to unite together. That's why we need to join forces together, because we're so much more powerful when we come together. We are the many and they are the few. And that truly is what we can do about all of our parts to make the world a brighter place, so we can not only actually liberate, but elevate all of humanity. Thank you so much for watching our astrology video. If you loved it, please do share this with your friends and loved ones as we continue to really unify in humanity and work together to create a more brighter future for all beings. Loving you all so much from my heart to yours, Jaguar Women and Sacred Guardians. Take care. Love y'all.
Thanks for watching my video. So if you want to check out my playlists, I have, among others, the Simon Necronomicon, the Tree of Life, General Magic, Tulpamancy, a playlist on my books, the elements, stones, the theories that govern magic, and the gods and goddesses of Mesopotamia. If you want to check out my books on Amazon, I have Creating Consciousness, Magical Mechanics, Magical Theater, Handy Sigil Magic, Magical Movement, which is an update and expansion upon Handy Sigil Magic, Magical Mastery, which is a combination masterwork of Magical Theater and Magical Mechanics, and The Guide to the Spheres and Beyond. You can also find me on Facebook at Magickology YT. You can email me at priestofthenecro@gmail.com, and you can even check out my Instagram, which is Magickology. And good hunting.